Hi, my name is Chris van der Kerk. I'm the owner and founder of Blue Rhino Safaris. I founded the company in 2010 because I had a passion for Africa. I enjoyed traveling in Africa and I didn't have any friends that wanted to do that. So I decided, let me start a company, see if I can find other people out there that wants to do this traveling thing and let them do it with me. So who am I? Big question. I often get asked of my background. I come from the mining industry. I was in the engineering side and sales side of mining equipment into the mining industry. I have a mechanical engineering background, so that is who I am. 2010 I decided to call it a day and start my own thing. I did a trip with another guide in 2006 and it opened my eyes to what is out there. How much fun it is to travel, how much there is to learn, and just how interesting it is to get out there and do your thing. So 2010 I went professional and it is still my job. I have nothing else. This is not my side business or something I do on weekends. This is my full professional job, my bread and butter. I enjoy sharing my passion with everybody. I enjoy teaching people how Africa works, and it's a lot of fun for me. I get my kicks from there. It's going to be a fun course that we're going to do, so I'm trying to keep it light, trying to just cover the basics in a very quick format. I'm going to do 10 courses of about 10 minutes each, or 10 lessons of about 10 minutes each, and that should give you just a broad cover of what safari work is all about and what to do if you want to join me on a trip. So I'm going to teach you a few things. I'm going to give you a few of the basic tips and hints that you need to know to make your own traveling better. And if you start traveling with me, great. If you do it on your own and these few lessons helps you, then I'm quite happy with that as well. Let's talk about the big questions then that I get asked most often. Most people want to know, if they want to join me on a trip, what do they need? Now firstly, you need a vehicle. Secondly, you need a place to sleep, a tent of some sort, and sleeping or bedding material of some sort. You need food to eat, which is also rather important, and the rest is rather easy. The rest is fairly straightforward. So the idea of what vehicle you need, most people are concerned that the vehicle that they have is not suitable and therefore they just don't join the trip. You don't have to buy a new vehicle. If you have the right vehicle, then you can do a trip with me. Most people don't realize that they can do a trip in the vehicle that they have. So further down in the lessons you'll see that I do a lesson on vehicles specifically, and you can have a look at that one and see exactly what you need and what you don't need. My philosophy as far as vehicles and equipment goes is, in broad senses, is that you have to be able to travel with me with what you've got. I should not expect you to go out and buy stuff to be able to join me. Not a vehicle, not specific tents, not anything. You have to be able to do a trip with me with your camping kit as you have it. And that's a philosophy I have that I think is rather important. I do not believe that one should spend money on equipment if it's unnecessary. So I rather design trips that works with vehicles that most people would have. I do not design trips and expect people to go and buy vehicles that they do not own or that is expensive and unnecessary. So yeah, vehicles, I have a lesson on that. You're welcome to have a look at that lesson. Tents, almost the same thing. Bring the tent that you've got, bring the tent that you're comfortable with. You don't have to buy a rooftop tent. People are always scared of lions and things that can jump. Lions don't care if you're on the ground or on the rooftop, it doesn't matter to them. If you follow the rules of the bush, and I'll give you those rules, you won't have any issues. I've had lions through my camps regularly on my trips and never had an incident. So we follow the rules, we are not irresponsible, and that's key to why we don't have issues with the wildlife. If you eat the right food, then you're going to have a nice full tummy and you're going to sleep well. If I cater for you, which I can do, I do it normally for my international guests, guests traveling across that doesn't have all the equipment that we have. I can cater for you, but I prefer if you do your own food. The reason for this is that your body is used to your own food. And if I start cooking chicken a la king and pasta dishes and all kinds of fancy things, then your body might start rejecting the food and saying, oh, this is too much for me. And that spoils your holiday. So what I rather do is I teach you how to cook in an easy way. It must be quick, and it must be healthy, and it must be pleasant, enjoyable. And that's the key to food. So I try to teach you what to do as far as cooking goes, so that you can cook for yourself. Then of course traveling with me will give you a big advantage on border crossings. I know the borders intimately, I do them like in my sleep already. I probably cross borders like most people would visit shopping malls. So border crossings are definitely something that I assist with. I give you a two-way radio in my vehicle, and we stay in communication as we travel. And I tell stories on the road, and we just have a good time. So what is the advantages of traveling in a convoy and with Blue Rhino Safaris? First of all, I've got 10 years experience in Africa. I know the roads, I know which roads has potholes, which ones doesn't. I know which roads have construction and which ones doesn't, how long it takes. So generally I can get you to your destination in a time that works for you. Not the middle of the night, but something that actually works for you. I also do have my first aid qualifications, my first aid kit. I have a defibrillator in my vehicle, so I cater for all medical emergencies. It's nice to have a guide that knows the story and the history and can tell you a little bit more about the geology and the background and the borders and how colonialization has played a role in certain areas and who colonized. It's not always the same people. And then of course I'm there to help with recoveries. If you get stuck traveling up to Savuti, whatever sand road we might find or muddy road we might find, if you get stuck, you get stuck. It's one of those things. I always say grab a Coke and think about what you're doing and then do it. But if you're with me, you don't need any recovery equipment. Please don't buy stuff for your vehicle. I've got everything that you need. Rather do a trip with me, ask me about it, let me show you what I've got and how I work with it, and then you can make your own choices as to what recovery equipment you are going to invest in for your vehicle. And one of the last important things when you're traveling in a group is the company. It's a lot of fun to have someone at night to talk to. We've seen great lion sightings at X, Y, and Z, and if I'm traveling alone, there's nobody to share it with. I have pictures, I can go home and tell people about it, but it's not the same as living the moment, working with the adrenaline that you've got there. It really imprints things in your mind, and it's a lot of fun. So having that company in the evenings is great. It really does add to the trip. So join me for a trip. If you're not sure, phone me, tell me where you are. We'll have a cup of coffee and I can explain to you how trips work and what you need. And my big thing is that I want you on a trip. It's really fun, it's enjoyable, you will be safe, and it will be a brand new experience for you. So join me on a trip. Enjoy the course. Let me know if there's anything that you have a question about, but otherwise enjoy the course. You will see other courses on the website as well. Those are more advanced courses that you will pay for, but they will give you much more insight into the different subject matter that we go through. So you will see other courses. If you're interested in them, let me know and I'll sign you up for that course, and you are welcome to do it then. So enjoy the course, have some fun with me, and I hope to see you on the trip soon.